Hey guys, Nick Kellar, Greg Ruck, Atlas Premier Realty coming to you with another video blog. This time we're going to talk directly to all of you out there who are first-time home sellers or aspiring first-time home sellers. So in other words, you're thinking of selling your first home. We want to give you 12 tips if you're in that mindset that you need to consider. So why don't you kick us off?
Sure. So we're going to try to get through these quick. First one is to DIY or not to DIY, i.e. are you going to do a for sale by owner or reach out to a real estate professional for advice? We often talk about not mixing emotion and business, and that's exactly what you'd be doing as a for sale by owner. You clearly have emotional ties to this property, and it's also a very large financial investment that you've made, and therefore a lot of emotion around it. So sometimes that can skew your ability to make good business decisions, and that's why you should hire a
emotion and business decisions like oil and water. Right?
Yeah.
Second one's get educated. So this is your first time doing it. There's going to be a lot of things that are unexpected. So you want to know what the sales process is, what costs you can expect, what are going to be your obligations and responsibilities. You want to know everything so that you can make good decisions along the way.
So that rolls right into the third one, which is knowing the costs. And one good way to know the costs is to speak with a real estate professional who does this on a daily basis and have them explain what costs are involved. You have real estate commissions, transfer, recordations, title fees, and the list goes on, and we can explain what each one of those are and what you would expect to pay.
Yep. Absolutely. Know your finances. The third one, or the fourth one, is have a plan. So it boggles my mind how many people spend a year planning a 1-week vacation, yet they spend very little time or are hesitant to want to spend some time planning how they're going to transition into the next place they're going to spend a decade plus of their life. So these are some things you want to kind of cover and set expectations for is what happens if your house sells right away? Where are you going to go? How are you going to structure the transaction? What's new construction timelines, if that's an option for you? Do you rent for a little bit after you sell, or do you go into buying another house, and how does that work? So these are all things that you want to have a plan for so that you have the right expectations set.
Right. So the fifth one is to tell a story and put it on display. So essentially because of the current day and age and how easy information is to get for the consumer, you have to get that property in its best condition and put it on display on the internet so that they can see themselves living in this property.
Yeah.
And so just getting it in the perfect condition and telling a story of what it would look like for them to live there is our next one.
People buy on emotion, so you want to tell a story.
Yep.
So that's a good one there. Number 6 is remember it's business, it's not personal. So when you're getting feedback on any showings or you get any offers that are lower than what you're hoping to get, understand that it's just business, it's not a personal attack. So it goes back to trying to remove the emotion out of the situation so that you can move forward and try to think clearly and make good decisions.
Yep. The next one is how many showings can it take? So that can vary widely. I mean, it's taken hundreds of showings for some properties, and it's taken one showing for others. And it really just depends on how well it's positioned, how many buyers are in that buyer pool for your property. And so there's no set number, but your agent will be able to tell you what they expect.
Based on market conditions and stuff.
Market conditions and their experience with that price range.
Yep, that's a good one. Number 8 is lose the rose-colored glasses. So everybody says they have the nicest house, they're living in the nicest neighborhood. And while that may very well be true, understand that you're also seeing it through your perception, and your perception isn't always everyone else's perception. So just lose the rose-colored glasses, rely on objective opinions, and try to make good decisions.
Yep. So number 9 is greed backfire. So don't get greedy. If you get an offer, you need to take it seriously. Just because you've had a revolving door and lots of showings, that doesn't necessarily mean another offer is coming around the corner. So the offer you have in hand is if it's a serious offer and a valid offer, then you need to take it seriously.
Yeah, they took time to write it.
Yep.
The 10th one is offers, so transitions nicely into that. So anytime you get an offer, it behooves you to try to work with it, no matter how low, and you can play that negotiation different ways. It just depends on where it comes in at, but it always behooves you to try to work with it. You don't know what the buyer's intention is or where they're willing to come up to, so don't make assumptions. Take the emotion out of it and try to work with it. And if it comes to an agreement, great. If it doesn't, then at least you tried.
And 11 is repair. So the inspection process oftentimes brings a whole nother level of emotion into this transaction because you've invited somebody in to pick apart your property, right? And in reality, this buyer, again, it's emotional transaction for the buyer as well. And they want to feel like they are in a property that is of good condition and safe, and they're getting a good value. And you have to put yourself in that buyer's shoes and, again, negotiate those repairs if possible.
Yep. And then the 12th and final one is clean it up. This starts from the beginning. One of the first things everybody needs to do is declutter. It's pretty normal. And then all the way on through the end of the transaction. Look, you want this to be a pleasant experience for everybody involved. You want to feel good about what you're leaving the next person or couple or family that's coming into your house. So clean it up. Make sure you're leaving it in good shape and broom swept, clean, and looking good so that they can feel good about the house they're moving into. That's all we have for you today. Hopefully, if you're thinking of selling, that helps. As always, you can reach out to either one of us or anyone here at Atlas. Be happy to help. Thanks for the support as always. We'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.